Today we are making eggplant pizzas, and the first thing you're gonna do is take an eggplant, slice it as thinly as you can. And I'm not gonna make a ton of these because if you also saw a few nights ago we did like a sheet pan dinner, I'm saving some slices for that. So we're just gonna do like 4 little pizzas. So the thickest part of the eggplant, you're just gonna slice it pretty thin. And then now I'm gonna show you how to do it where it doesn't get soggy. Because whether you're doing things with zucchini or eggplant, they're just watery. So this is a little hack to avoid sogginess. Dora, you've never had eggplant. I think it's good. I don't think the flavor is that extreme either. So it's good to like add things to. All right, so we've got our little eggplants, and this is what you do. You take a thin piece of a tree and you just pat it dry, and I'll show you all of the moisture that comes out. So you just want to get rid of that excess moisture. Now what we're gonna do, flip them over, do the same thing, takes a few seconds. And like I said, guys, if you're not gonna eat 16 of these pizzas, just make 4 of them and save this for something else. Just ordered your book, so excited to get it. Hey, thank you so much, Mary. Shout out to everybody who's gotten the book, Breaking Up with Carbs. It has a lot of info to help you on your keto journey when you're first starting out. Plus it has like recipes and stuff, meal plans, grocery lists, all of that. Kathy, you like eggplant, but you don't like it with the skin on. I guess the skin is a little different texture-wise than the... Oh, so I don't know if I mentioned what I was doing. Now you add salt, and then we're just gonna air fry them for like 5 minutes while we prepare our toppings. And I thought about covering this whole thing with parchment paper, but because I'm only making 4, I did a smaller piece of parchment paper. And you can also just broil it in the oven. I own the book and love it. Hey, thank you, Patty. What kind of air fryer do you have? I have the Ninja 8-in-1. It's like an oven style air fryer. So this is gonna go on broil for about just a minute or 2. And we're gonna like slice up a green pepper now. I made the eggplant pizza the other day. Thank you, they were good. Hey, I'm glad you liked them. Love your book. Hey, thank you, Cizo. All right, guys, so now we're just gonna slice up a little green pepper. And I'm not gonna use all of this either, so I'll probably just put this in a Ziploc. And also, since it's like a tiny pizza, I'm gonna do tiny pieces. Just like little itsy bitsy. There we go. I'm also gonna slice up my pepperoni. I don't like eggplant, but I will eat this. So if you really don't like eggplant, you can also do it with zucchini. You can even do it with sausage patties. So I did this recipe about a year or 2 ago where I did the same thing I'm doing now, except instead of eggplant, we used little sausage patties. It was so good. Shout out to Sophia. You guys could have probably just heard her. I baby wore her with the outward facing carrier today, which I've never done before. And it was so much better than the other one because, so usually my time with Sophia is supposed to be like keeping her awake, right? And whenever I would baby wear her and she was facing me, she would just feel like she was being cuddled and she would fall asleep. But with this outward facing one where she can like support her head, she's looking out and the whole time she's just like moving her arms around and wide awake. So I got to get my evening sunlight walk in for like 20 minutes wearing her. But I was nervous because from looking down at her, it looked like her head was like bobbing too much. But then Anna took a video of me and it wasn't. So I was like walking too cautiously. But it's just really important to me to get outside while the sun is setting. It kind of protects you from all of the way that seeing blue light through the night kind of disrupts your sleep. It disrupts your happy chemicals the next day. There's a lot of reasons other than just like melatonin that you don't want to see blue light at night. But if you watch TV before bed, one way to offset it, just go outside while the sun is setting, even 5 minutes. So that's something I try to do every day, even if it's cloudy outside. What's up, Didi? What's up, Marta? What's the best low-carb keto pizza crust? If you like thin crust pizza, I think a low-carb tortilla is the best option. Wait, did I even... Oh, I think these are burning. They're not burning. It was like just in time. So like I said, you just want to get them a little like golden. There we go. Now we can start adding our toppings. And first we're gonna do some Raos. Are frozen keto meals safe to eat, or do they kick you out of ketosis? So if something is like a meal and it's not sweet or using any weird sweeteners like maltitol, maltodextrin, or dextrose, it should be fine if it fits in your net carbs. I don't see why it would kick you out of ketosis. The only like pre-packaged keto foods you need to worry about kicking you out of ketosis are the ones that have weird ingredients like maltitol. Other than that, you should be fine. It's more of like a cost decision, or they're like too palatable. That's the thing, you know? If foods taste too good and you just don't have the self-control to have that stuff around when you're trying to lose weight, keto or not, it's probably not the best idea to buy that stuff all the time, you know? So just make decisions based on your goals, how you're feeling, and your progress. So now we're gonna add some oregano. Today is my first day on keto. Any tips you can share with me? So number one, first tip I would say, prepare for it to get hard and prepare yourself to give up, you know? 95% of dieters eventually give up. So prepare yourself for the day where you're like, this is too hard, I don't want to do it anymore. Because if you don't have a game plan for that, it's not like the majority of people don't need a game plan for that. The majority of people need to recognize statistically it's probably going to happen to them. So when that day comes, if you're struggling too hard to stick to 25 carbs a day, or maybe you try intermittent fasting and your eating window is like too unrealistic to stick to, just pick out the thing that's making it not sustainable and be like, how can I adjust this and dial it back in a way where I can just baby step towards that being the goal? So rather than making the goal losing 80 pounds, make the goal becoming the type of person who can eat 25 carbs a day. And instead of week after week slipping up, feeling guilty, eating to make yourself feel better, and then trying to restart 3 days later, like, which is the cycle a lot of people get into, don't do that. Be like, I'm just gonna scale back the goal, and instead of the goal being weight related, it's just going to be habit related. So maybe this week the goal is to eat 50 carbs a day. Next week the goal is to eat 40 carbs a day. And once you're focused on the habits that get you to the actual goal of the weight loss and making the habits the priority, then the weight loss will follow. It's just a longer journey, but it's a more realistic journey. All right, so we added oregano. Now we're going to add some mozzarella. And we're gonna add some of these green peppers. I think I sliced these too thick. I'm gonna make the green peppers a little more thin. What do you think of... I have never had that one, Doreen. I stick to 20 grams quite easily. Nice, Christy. Yeah, I've done keto for a long time, and I got to the point where 20 carbs a day wasn't a challenge, but at the beginning it definitely was. Like at the very beginning. All right, I'm just slicing up these green peppers a little more thin. And I like how they stick to the knife because I just need a few per pizza. Oh, I jinxed myself. This one is not sticking to the knife at all. Okay. And then we're gonna add the pepperoni, and I think that's it. I find oregano to really be all you need. Maybe salt and pepper too. The pepperonis are pretty salty though, so you really don't need to add a lot of salt. And we already salted the eggplant. So I just added a few little green peppers. Now we're gonna add some, and I'm gonna get back to the comments in a second. I'm just trying to finish this pizza. All right, I need a few more pepperonis. My troubles are Saturdays at the hospital. The food is limited. I have to get in the habit of packing lunch. Yeah, Dora. Whenever you're at a place that doesn't have a lot of healthy options, being prepared is great. And also, like, I mean, this can backfire too. Like, fasting can be really good for some people and it can be really bad for others, depending on how your relationship with food is. But if you have a good relationship with food or fasting, and you're there for like 12 hours or something, just be like, all right, Saturdays are going to be the days where I do like a 12-hour fast, you know? And get yourself like a big protein coffee in the morning, or start your day with just like a good amount of electrolytes. Electrolytes always, no matter what. But if you have enough electrolytes, it should be easier to stick to a fast than if you don't. Because a lot of our cravings are not really hunger related. They're electrolyte imbalances that we think are just hunger. Especially if you're in ketosis, if you're doing keto, your body's tapping into stored fat for energy. So the carb cravings are more psychological than anything once you're like fat adapted. All right, so we've gotten the eggplant dressed up. I think I need to use a spatula because that was a little wobbly when I was picking it up. Or I just need to use 2 hands. All right, 2 hands works. And really the only reason I added these green peppers is just for aesthetic purposes. I like deluxe pizzas, but if I was gonna go full deluxe, I would add like sausage, and red peppers too. All right, into the air fryer, 400 for like 8 minutes. It takes a few days to get into ketosis, precious. And honestly, you can just broil them until the cheese melts, because the eggplant is at a good texture already. I agree, high-low chips are the best. I don't know what chip conversation is going on, but I love high-low chips. I think high-low chips are like the best texture-wise, for sure, if you're looking for something to replace a tortilla chip. Whereas the Quest chips are a little more flimsy. Thoughts on keto cycling? Sorry for asking more than once. All right, so carb cycling, doing cyclical ketogenic diet, whatever, is good if you're active. So if you are sedentary, it's useless other than just letting you satisfy your carb cravings. But if that's what you're doing, you want to be careful that the carbs you're eating are healthy, because unless you're living a healthy lifestyle, you're not going to benefit from carb cycling. So if you're active and if the carbs you eat are like sweet potatoes, yes, you can definitely benefit from carb cycling. But if you are sedentary and you're already eating a lot of food and you just started keto and you're like, I want to eat Oreos 3 times a week, then it's not beneficial, because at that point you're actually doing a lot of harm, because high fat intake is not inherently bad. A lot of people on keto have amazing health. high carb intake, if they're healthy carbs, isn't really that bad either. There are people who eat carbs that live to be 100, you know, like just like blue zones and stuff. So the problem is when you combine a high processed carb diet with like a high fat diet, then your health starts to tank. So you don't want to be eating like sausage pizza crust all week and then on weekends eating like Oreos and milkshakes, because that combination is not going to be good for your health. I microwave my bell pepper for 2 minutes before I put it on my pizza. Oh, Karen, I think that's a good idea. Or even like sauteing them for a second. Does the book have tips for a keto lifestyle, or are the recipes in there too? K Bliss, my book has grocery lists, recipes, all the recipes have pictures, basically everything you need to know. Sophia's not having a good time. You guys can see Sophia. Oh, the pizzas are done. I put them on broil. The pizzas are done. Let's take them out. So that was 3 minutes on broil. While they cool down, I'll bring Sophia over. Oh, she's drinking her milk? Hi. 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 Hi, Sophia. Hello. Hi. She's not in a good mood right now. Hi. Hi. So guys, this bow that she's wearing, I was grocery shopping with her today. It like fell over her eyes, and I was searching hard for broccolini because Anna really wanted some for dinner. I actually went to 2 grocery stores to find broccolini. And when I was shopping, this thing was covering her eyes, and I didn't know how long it had been covering them. I was like so concerned. Sophia, do you want to make some pizzas with us? Whoa. Who's that cute baby? Alright guys, pizza time. Let me go to the bottom of the comments. Sophia gets all of the compliments. Thank you guys for all of the nice words about our baby. All right. Let's just take a quick picture of these pizzas. Actually, I'll eat one and then we'll take a picture after the live is over. I'm just gonna eat one right now, but I'll show you guys them first. Put them on a plate. Oh no! Alright. It flipped over, but it didn't mess it up, so. These actually look really good. Look at these pizzas. Currently on your page, learning how to make some healthy shrimp. Hey, Mally. Nice. These little pizzas are so good. I'm gonna eat the ugliest one. I lost 80 pounds, Doreen, on keto, and it took me 2 years. Oh my god. Oh my god. Even if it's eggplant, I'm gonna fold it in half like a taco. That was so delicious. I don't know of an app for fasting. I think there's one called Chronometer I've seen people using. I don't know if it's free. I don't know if it's any good though. Nana, you made steak bites tonight in your air fryer and they were delicious. Hey, shout out to everyone who's made the steak bites. How much water do you drink a day, and do you have other suggestions to stay hydrated? All right, drinking water is not the solution for hydration. Obviously, drinking water is good, but the real solution is getting plenty of electrolytes. So something like Ultima, like if you want to drink them, you can also just go on Amazon, order magnesium, potassium, and the most important one is salt. So if you salt your food very heavily and you can drink, I don't know, like just enough water to not feel thirsty, and you feel good, your energy is great, then you're probably hydrated. But a lot of people do not salt their food enough to really get enough salt, especially when you're doing keto, your body gets rid of it faster. So either take a spoonful of it and mix it in your water, like a pinch of it to start out, and then just gradually increase it. But yeah, sodium is an electrolyte. Gatorade Zero has a decent amount of sodium, DD, but if you're always going to the bathroom, if your pee is like crystal clear, it probably means you're overhydrating. So getting more salt into your diet is really, I could do a reel on that, like 3 ways to get more salt. But yeah, hey, you don't have to go up, I'm done. I'm ending it.
Okay.
But all right, guys. So yeah, just more salt, that's the key. More water to satiate your thirst, and then more salt to balance it all out so you're not overhydrating, because that overhydrating is just like being dehydrated. All right, guys, I love you. And I order salt pills on Amazon. There are pink Himalayan salt capsules. The brand is NutriCost. All right, guys, I love you. I believe in you. I'll see you tomorrow.